Hey guys, it's CarePackager. This is going to be a video on how to obtain every single zombie intel in the Reckoning. This guide will consist of 13 audio logs, 7 documents, and 5 artifacts. On screen you will see timestamps of each of the zombie intels if you're looking for only some in particular. These timestamps will also be in the description for easy access to whichever ones that you need. Now with all that, let's get started with the 13 audio logs. With the audio logs, I am going to start from the starting room and go through each floor of the towers. So starting off in the spawn room, the first audio log is behind the reception table located here. In quantum computing, the second audio log is located in this corner on a chair. In mutant research, there are 3 audio logs that can be found here. The first is found next to the training dummies on this box. The 4th audio log is found when opening the bioweapon lab tucked in this corner. For the 5th and last audio log on this floor, you will need to play as the operator Weaver and wait around the room with Richtofen's wife and kid in a tube until you hear this quote from Sam.
Weaver, there's something very important I need to tell you.
In my gameplay, I am doing this on round 20, but I have seen others get this quote appear as soon as round 13, but you will be able to go and talk to Sam and pick up the audio log right here. In the Android assembly room, the audio log is on a shelf in the room with the conveyor belt. In the Dark Entity containment room, an audio log is found on this forklift. Over at the Executive Suite, there are 3 that you can find. The first being in the same room as the Zarkov Walleye. The next is in Richtofen's office on this table to the left of the entrance door. And the last one we'll talk about in just a bit since it also helps with a document. The 11th audio log is where Pack-a-Punch is, where low gravity needs to be active for you to jump here to get this next audio log. The 11th audio log is in the teleportation lab on the right console. The 12th audio log is found where either you fight Richtofen or Sam on this shelf. And for the 13th audio log, this audio log was the reason that this video took as long as it did to make, since Mr. Peaks released today as I am making this video. The first step is to put 3 paintings in this room next to the director's office where you could see these faded out spots where paintings can be placed. You are only able to bring 1 painting at a time, but the first is in sub-level 10 or the Pack-a-Punch room located here. This one could be placed on the middle faded spot. The next is in the Android assembly against this pillar near the launcher and will be the left faded spot. And the last is found in spawn in this room that is only open when power is on behind the door. This will be the right faded spot. The next step is to go to a crafting bench to get the ARCXD for 1000 salvage, and in Dark Entity there will be a path where the ARCXD can traverse through. Follow the path until you reach the back where the Dark Ether Crystal will be, and explode the ARCXD next to it. When you look behind the Forsaken containment device, more crystals will appear. Make sure to shoot all of the crystals, and the last one that you shoot will always give you the save key. Now back to the director's office. This is where you need the Mr. Peaks field upgrade to use next to this painting behind the desk. Mr. Peaks will rip the painting down, which a portal will spawn and an HVT will spawn. Once you defeat the HVT, you are then able to open up the safe where you're able to get your last audio log. Now jumping straight into the documents, the first is found in the same safe as the audio log called Brainiac. The second document is found in the room next to the director's office where you need to interact with this projector, which will then pop out the Employee of the Month document. The third document is over at the Android assembly. By the jump pad, there will be a robot with a briefcase. Shoot the briefcase for the safety measures document. The 4th document is found in mutant research where you will need to go up this destroyed ramp all the way until you see this station with gloves. Look below to shoot this stack of papers and the document Mangler Matrix will pop out. The 5th document, Department Head, is found by parachuting from mutant research down to quantum computing on this balcony. The sixth document, I'm a Real Girl, is found by doing the trash bin side quest. There are 6 interactable trash bins in the executive suite / director's office area, as well as 2 in the starting room. Only 4 out of the 8 bins will give you items, so let's run through all 8 bin locations. The first is to the left as soon as you use the launcher beneath the executive suite sign. The second is in the room with the teleporter and upgrade station in this dark corner. The third is past the SVD wall by located here. The fourth is next to the ammo crate near the crafting bench. The fifth is near Juggernog by this double door. The sixth is next to the door where you talk to Blanchard. And over to spawn, the 2 locations are here and over towards Quick Revive here. Once you get loot from 4 of these bins, there will be a golden trash bin in the starting room. Interact with it and a whole lot of essence, salvage, and other things will appear. This trash bin will also give you the document. The last document is found on the 2nd floor of the boss fight where you have to destroy the crystals. When going up the stairs towards the Wonder Fizz, you're able to jump from this opening to collect the document Misdirection Part 2 on top of this tank. Lastly, for the 5 artifacts, most of which are collected by going through the main quest of this map. The first artifact, Knick, is obtained when interacting with the snow globe on Richtofen's desk to open the portal to sublevel 10. The second artifact is a Klaus arm, which is best obtained on a max ammo round by shooting one of the Commando Klaus arms and then shooting them for it to spawn. All you have to do now is pick it up where you shot it. The third artifact is the Gorgofex Wonder Weapon. You will first need to turn on power and activate Pack-a-Punch to start with this quest. Make your way to Mutant Research Lab where 2 static monitors will say a word. The first is next to Deadshot, while the other is behind where Richtofen's wife and kid are in the tube, and you will need to remember the first letter of the word. The one by Deadshot is always your first letter to remember, and not every game will have a word behind Richtofen's family in the tube. If only your first monitor shows a word, that means your element is 1 letter, but if 2 light up, then your element is 2 letters. You can then look at the periodic table and match the first letters that you get with the corresponding element. In this case, I had hydrogen since only the monitor by Deadshot showed the word hysteria. Pay attention for the element's atomic number, which is the number on the top left of your element, as that is your 3-digit code for the place above the periodic table. If your atomic number is 1 or 2 numbers, make sure to add zeros in front of your atomic number, like how I put 2 zeros in front of 1. The door will open, and now we will need to give energy to this cyst. The cyst will need 3 vermin souls, which need to be weakened in front of the cyst. If you're struggling to get vermin to spawn, make sure to not kill zombies with headshots so there's a chance for them to appear. Once the cyst takes in 3 vermin, you will need to damage 3 zombies in front of the cyst for them to get sucked into it, just like how the vermin did. Once you complete that, you can pick up the cyst and go to quantum computing where you need to drain 3 etheric floras around the area until the bar goes all the way down on the left. Once you are done here, go to the dark entity where you will need to interact with 4 computers that will say initiate power surge and a time limit to spawn in an Uber-Klaus. Make sure to shoot the 2 shoulder pads off of the Uber-Klaus and bring the Uber-Klaus on this electrified floor to start the fight with the Forsaken. Once the Forsaken is beaten, a Wisp will spawn, interact with the Wisp, and within a few seconds, the Gorgofex will be able to be picked up. The 4th artifact, the Fungal Head, requires you to get the Gorgofex Wonder Weapon, and then head over to the quantum computing, and above the door with the purple arrow, you will see a lit up balcony. Shoot a charge shot of the Gorgofex on the railing of the balcony, and the Fungal Head will drop down to be picked up. The last artifact does not have to do with the main quest, but in Dark Entity Containment Room, you are going to look for this pile and keep note of it as the caster turret is going to have to shoot it. Make sure to turn on the turret and train some zombies right where the debris is, and if there is a shot that is close to it, the artifact Wish You Were Here will appear. And that is all 25 zombie intels and Reckoning. If you found this video helpful, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to receive more zombies content soon. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in another video.